and they show no love. Punch drunk, hungover.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well.
Wake up to the new me.
Well. Talk to me, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know this is Punch One Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Lobo, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. What's good? Let me know if y'all hear me in the chat. Let me know if y'all hear me in the chat. Let's go. Pound for pound in the building. Marie in the building. What's good, man? Drama, drama in the sport of boxing. And I think that we touch on this subject a lot of times throughout the years. WBC. Devin the Dream Haney. Devin Haney, is he exposing the WBC clean boxing testing, or is he exposing himself? I'm not sure. I know that if I kind of lean somewhere, I think that Devin Haney's exposing, you know what I'm saying, the WBC. And the WBC, Mauricio Sumo, the president, is trying to say, no. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Devin? You did testing, okay? You did testing, okay? When you trying to expose me, huh? Because Sufa is around here and Dana White. Now you trying to expose me after all these years. Damn. What's good, Caesar? Member. Hey, yo, we ain't wasting no time. Let's go straight to it, man. We ain't wasting no time. Let's get straight to the point. Let's get straight to the mother effing point. Damn it. Yo, Punch, what's good? Tavon in the building, what's good, man? Let's get to the point. Somebody's exposing somebody tonight. Shout out to Devin the Dream Haney, still trying to lock a fight. Probably they're going to announce that Shakur Stevenson fight. Maybe. I think that's a good fight. I'm just not, I'm not all for Devin Haney trying to drop the belt for Shakur Stevenson. Even though that is a big fight, but I believe that Shakur Stevenson is good enough, skillful enough to go to the 147-pound division and campaign for an opportunity to become a 5-division world champion by the age of 28, 29 years old. I don't think that Devin Haney is Kid Dynamite Mike Tyson. He doesn't carry the punch like that. Even though that it could be a 50-50 fight, I could see Devin Haney winning, and I could see Shakur Stevenson also winning, right? But I don't think that it lets me know that Shakur Stevenson is worried about Devin the Dream Haney in some way. He's worried about Devin Haney. I can understand if Devin Haney was a power puncher, knockout artist, right? But it's something about this, and it's something about right here with Shakur Stevenson that he sees something in Devin Haney, or he knows the protocols. He knows the testing protocols. He knows what snack is, and Shakur Stevenson know what snack is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe he knows something about Devin Haney that we don't know. Maybe he see Devin Haney like he see himself. I don't know. You know, this has been a very it's been an ongoing conversation about drug testing, snag, Victor Conte, WBC, all that stuff. So let's get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your particular content. Let's go straight to it. Give me a sec. Hold on, give me a sec. Where we at? Where's the photo? Give me a sec. Where is that? Where is at? Boom. Boom. All right. Devin Haney was going back and forth. Damn, I should have put what was said, what somebody else has said. Hold on, let me find that, because I got to break it down, you know, with the details and how and why Devin Haney responded the way that he responded, right? Because he responded to somebody else. Let me take this thing out of the way for a second. Hold on. Let me upload this right quick. Let me upload this right quick. Give me a second. Let me upload the how it all started. Thing out of the way. Let's get this thing out of the way. All right. Give me a second. All right. So this gentleman, Locked in Daily, said Ryan is a WBC champion. The WBC forces year-round testing on all their champs. Devin Haney responded to Locked in Daily and said, I was a WBC champion for years, never been tested once. So Devin Haney said. Now, we all know that Devin Haney and Bill Haney has been very, very vocal in testing and, 24/7, 365 testing. We all know they also been linked and having, with VADA, been linked to Victor Conte and things of that nature. Victor Conte worked with VADA. The WBC has implemented the clean program with VADA. So when Devin Haney actually typed this, it really got people confused on what he meant. Now, if you see people in the comment section that be like, no, what he's talking about that he went out of pocket, that the WBC never tested him, but he always was tested through VADA. And it was very, very, there's a lot of people right now that's debating about this tweet because Devin Haney said, I was a WBC champion for years, never been tested once. And one of the issues that I think a lot of people did have with Devin Haney and the snack and people with that's affiliated with snack and stuff like that is that the aura of the late Victor Conte was around the good men, the VADA. Are they really getting tested? What is this? What is this? Really out of pocket? Let's keep on going with what Devin Haney went back and forth with Mauricio Sudamon. As you know, Mauricio Sudamon tweeted, hello, champ. Why are you involving your problems with the WBC? Of course, you have multiple VADA testing. Now, of course, the WBC works with VADA. So if the WBC is really testing you, it's really VADA at the same time. Maybe that's what, Mauricio Sudamon is saying, like, yo, he feel like he about to get exposed. Why are you saying that you're not getting tested? Yes, you have been tested through VADA. Devin Haney pushes back. Give me a second. Devin Haney pushes back and says, I understand when I fought in a typical 8 to 10 week period, my tests were being uploaded, but I'm talking about the span of a 365 program. Devin Haney also replied, my problem aren't with the WBC. This is knowledge to me that all my VADA testing were being uploaded to the WBC, in which all my VADA testing were being paid out of pocket by me to try to change the sport of boxing and make it much safer. Ryan is running from the fact that VADA is the most stringent testing, especially year-round testing. Now, this is where people are going to debate. Devin Haney said he never been tested once as a champion. We know that the WBC has implemented this. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Give me a second, folks. You know what I'm saying? Let's get all these information, what's on the surface, right? I asked the question, do fighters pay out of pocket with the clean boxing program, knowing that the clean boxing program, that if you rank top 15 fighters, right? The top 15 fighters, the champion, you automatically have to be enrolled in the WBC clean program. So why would Devin Haney even come out of the pocket if they already have the program in which they're going to be drug tested 24/7, 365? This is where their exposed come in. Why would Devin Haney, and I could be corrected, but why would Devin Haney or any other fighter that is in the WBC as a champion, as a ranked 15 fighter, will come out of pocket if you're already paying sanctioning fees and belt fee? And then, put it this way, look, read on. Let's read this right quick. No, fighters do not pay out-of-pocket fees to be tested by the WBC clean boxing program. Listen what Devin Haney had to tweet right here. What does it say here? Let's read it again, what Devin Haney said. My problem aren't with the WBC. This is knowledge to me that all my VADA testing were being uploaded to the WBC, in which all my VADA testing were being paid out of pocket by me to try to change the sport of boxing and make it much safer. But isn't the WBC already making it safer by, if you are a champion, which Devin Haney has been linked to the WBC since the beginning of his professional career, why would he have to come out of pocket if the WBC is already coming out of pocket implementing the clean boxing program? But Devin Haney did say this throughout his years. Throughout his years, I was a WBC champion for years, never been tested once. Ladies and gentlemen, the clean boxing program has been out since when? What, 2016, something like that? You never been tested once? Once, never been tested once. He said he comes out of pocket, but if you look, but Mauricio Sulaiman would say that no, you don't come out of pocket. Let's keep on reading. This, no direct fees. There is no registration fee, testing fee, or monthly cost billed directly to the athlete. Indirect funding. The program is funded automatically when a boxer fights for a WBC title. The WBC takes a standard of the 3% sanctioning fees from the fight purses of champions and challengers, and a portion of the revenue pays for the testing. And what I mean, if you see even the thumbnails that Devin Haney exposes himself and the WBC, that's a question. I'm not saying that Devin Haney is exposing himself. I'm not saying that he's exposing the WBC. I'm questioning if he exposed himself and the WBC. Never been tested once. Shocks. It's shocking. It's shocking. So the WBC, let me take this thing out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take this thing out of the way. So the WBC is telling a WB, put it this way, the WBC is basically telling a WBC champion or a 15-ranked fighter, you're good, that's it, you'll automatically enroll. If you want to campaign and want to be ranked in the WBC top 15 or challenge the champion or become a champion, you automatically have to enroll in the clean boxing program. So why would Devin Haney double dip? Or why would they double dip on him? He's paying out of pocket, but he's already a champion that pays in the clean boxing program, in which the 3% of the sanctioning fees and belt fees go directly to these fundings. But we also know is that Devin Haney has been sponsored by Victor Conte and Snack. Thus, he never came out of pocket when it came to Victor Conte. How do I know that? Because I know other fighters that does work with Victor Conte. If y'all know Punch Run Boxing, I know what I know. He didn't come out of pocket. Trust me. Devin Haney is not. I'm gonna say it like this. Look, I'm not saying that he ain't never come out of pocket, maybe, but we all know that Victor Conte is the one that sponsored. He have said in interviews that it cost $30,000 and things of that nature. All I'm saying is, why would Devin Haney come out of pocket if he is sponsored by Victor Conte? And why would Victor Conte come out of pocket if at the time, God rest his soul, why would he come out of pocket if being a WBC champion and a 15-ranked fighter will automatically have you in the clean program? Why would you pay? And put it this way, even if Devin Haney is saying to the world, you know what, I want to show the world that I'm a clean boxer. I want to show the world if I'm a clean boxer. And guess what? I'm going to pay out of pocket, and VADA is going to test me randomly. I could be on vacation. They could test me. But guess what? Your direct, folks, listen to me very, very close. Your direct, if you want to pay out of pocket, think about this. You pay out of pocket, VADA, I want you to test me all year round because I want to let the whole world know that I am a clean boxer. How many times have Devin Haney posted outside of competing? How many fighters outside of competing have not tested, but put out their testing results out there? Put it this way, it doesn't make any sense if Devin Haney will be the only one, because what he's gonna, okay, Devin Haney is gonna test, the result goes to him and nobody else's. Think about it. The testing in VADA, even when you're in competition, the 8 to 10 weeks testing, the test results, whether it's positive or negative, go to all parties. It goes to all parties. It goes to the party's email. VADA will send you a letter. It goes to the email. Now, if let's say you test positive for a bad substance, the other party is the one that's going to make it publicly, not VADA. VADA's not going to make it publicly because this is voluntarily. This is voluntarily. You understand? So if VADA tests positive, the other party gets the information. The other promoter, the other party, the other attorney, the other manager gets the information, and they put it out publicly. Thus is the reason why, let's say, a guy like Conor Ben could test positive, and when it actually came out, both parties already knew about the situation. It never came out publicly until somebody squealed the Daily Mail, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Just because you are enrolled into VADA, that doesn't mean that even if you test positive or negative, it's gonna go publicly. So if you're the only one that's coming out of pocket, it's like you going to the doctor, right? And you get in the physical, and you want the results. It's gonna go to you. It's not gonna go to everybody else. It's not gonna, your physical doesn't go to everybody else. So it doesn't make, so it's good for this, or I pay out of pocket to be tested all year round. But if anybody else is not doing it, what's the point? The reason why it was easy for them to promote that we are testing, we're testing all year round, is because the person that was flipping the bill for the particular fighter, it was Victor Conte. He was the one that's flipping the bill. These fighters not paying no $30,000, whatever it costs yearly around to get tested, just to How many fighters you know right now? Do you know how many fighters right now is in 24/7, 365 being tested right now? Zero. Not gonna voluntarily just pay if nobody else is doing it. Spiritual, you can't rehydrate that much just by water. Anyway, Devin always been, look, I'm not even, no, I'm not, I'm saying that there is strange by Devin saying he never been tested. So where, again, every time we go to the WBC and people like to how you say it? People like to, what's the word? Like to hold the WBC accountable for their sanctioning fees. They saying that they pay, that fighters don't have to come out of pocket. Let's go for more information. We spend, this is the WBC president in the past, I think this was 2022. We spend a lot of money on anti-doping in the clean boxing program. We have a weight management program. We have countless amount of social responsibility programs that's where the money goes. It's done on behalf of every single fighter who ever fought in the WBC. Listen again. We spend a lot of money on anti-doping in the clean boxing program. Over here it says No fighter do not pay out-of-pocket fees. It will be tested by the WBC clean boxing program. There is some inconsistency with this. I was a WBC champion for years. I've never been tested. There's inconsistency here. I'm not talking about the inconsistency of Devin Haney. I'm talking about the inconsistency of the WBC. No problem already with the WBC. See right there. Now he's not blaming it on the WBC. This is knowledge to me that all my VADA testing were being uploaded to the WBC, in which all my VADA testing were being paid out of pocket. So maybe Devin Haney is saying, hold on, I've been tested. And I thought all my testing was uploaded to the WBC. I mean, I don't know. I've been tested. I'm paying out of pocket. Is somebody else pocketing the money that Devin Haney is throwing out there? Is Devin Haney's facilitating? Hey, yo, here I'm paying out of pocket of VADA, but I'm giving the money to Victor Conte, maybe, or I don't. It's just kind of strange. We don't know what's going on. We just see the back and forth between Mauricio Sulaiman saying that, hello, champ, why are you involving your problems with the WBC? Because he's trying to, go at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is going back and forth. Of course, you have multiple VADA testings. Am I lost here? Am I lost in translation here? Can somebody help your brother Punch Drunk Boxing out? The WBC Clean Boxing Program is a mandatory anti-doping incentive established by the World Boxing Council in partnership with the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA. It requires all male champions and top 15 ranked fighters, as well as female champions and top 5 fighters, to undergo year-round random drug testing. Devin Haney says he never been tested by the WBC, but he's been a champion. So, has Devin Haney been really tested? Or maybe he's been tested, but really they don't give a damn. It's like being tested and you don't care about where the results go. You don't know what's happening. I don't know. This is the dialogue between Devin Haney and Mauricio Sulaiman. What y'all think, folks? Devin Bubba closest to Conte. Isn't that suspicious? There's always a suspicious, even the Haneys and everybody that's been linked to Victor Conte. There's always going to be some type of suspicious because of Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be some, and I think that's just a fair suspicious because of Victor Conte. Now, a lot of credible fighters, and let me tell you something about the sport of boxing. I don't think that people do take it serious. I think that I truly think that people in the sport of boxing, the people that matters in the sport of boxing, has forgiven Mauricio Sulaiman. I'm sorry, has forgiven Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he was never going to be entering in the NBA or MLB or football. Nobody will be linked to him even publicly. But when it comes to the sport of boxing, he got a green light. He got his second chance in the sport of boxing. And the people that gave him a second chance was actually the boxers like Devin Haney, Terrence Bud Crawford, Demis Andre, Nonito Donaire, Andre Ward, etc., etc. Clarissa Shields, Shakur Stevenson, right? But then people are gonna be like, "Yo, but these fighters." I'm Kalen Plant, but these fighters, they're not known for knockouts except for Terrence Bud Crawford, right? And I think that's why people always give these fighters the benefit of the doubt, because the fighters that he's been working with, right, is not knockout artists. Victor Conte exposed doping in boxing, and they are scapegoated him. He's not even in the tip of the iceberg. What do y'all think Devin Haney does mean by this? I was a WBC champion, never been tested once. There's got to be somebody somebody, whether it's the WBC, has overly advertised a clean boxing program that probably doesn't exist. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this. Give me a second. Let me take this thing out of the way. Let me take this thing out of the way. There is isn't it a protocol that there is a 14-day weigh-in, 7-day weigh-in? Let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen. There's been fighters that has been waiting over 15 pounds prior to their fight on a Wednesday, Tuesday. And they do rapid cut in the last 2 days prior to weigh-in. I always was skeptical, was like, what is the 7-day weigh-in? You can't be serious. I'm gonna say it like this. There's a lot of fighters out there, 7 days, especially now how these fighters are cutting weight. These fighters is already 15 to 20 pounds water weight. I'm gonna say 15 the most, 15, around 15, 14. Going into that Sunday or Monday, heading into fight week. And they do that drastic cut on a Wednesday, 2 days before the weigh-in. So I know all these 7-day, 14-day weigh-in, it's all garbage. It's all garbage. Give me a second. They need so how can you gain 20 pounds back that fast? Again, I don't know, man. Well, what do you think? Who's exposing who? Is there such thing as a real clean boxing program? Is people really getting randomly tested all year round? Do they know when they're gonna get tested? I know they know. I know there's certain fighters that know when they're gonna get tested. I know it. But it's either few people are within that protocol system, or everybody understand what's going on in boxing. And I think how boxing is right now is the Wild Wild West. I think everybody is not being honest. Put it that way. I think everybody is not being all the way honest. Either they not lying and don't say nothing, but I don't think everybody's being all the way honest. The sport of boxing always been skeptical about drug testing, where the money goes with these sanctioning fees and stuff like that. Because why would Devin Haney pay out of pocket if they are saying that a fighter don't pay out of pocket and they already have these clean boxing programs? It's almost the same thing when Bud Crawford was talking about where's the sanctioning bodies going, and then Mauricio Sudamon has to go. It goes to this program, this program, this program, this program. But why would Devin Haney or anybody come out of pocket for 24/7, 365 if you're ranking the WBC? Now, if you wasn't ranking the WBC, all right, but you're gonna be enrolled, or you automatically are enrolled if you're a 15 ranked fighter, champion, or challenger. Why would you come out of pocket? And what does out of pocket, if you want to do it on your own and be voluntarily and do your own thing, but you're the one that's going to get a result. If okay, put it this way. If let's say, all right, Devin Haney or any other boxer enroll into the 24/7, 365 VADA testing voluntarily. I'm going to do it voluntarily. Forget about the WBC. I don't care. I'm going to do it to show the world, but people never show really the world like that. If you get a positive test result, where's that result going to go to? People forget VADA voluntarily. Remember, it's voluntarily. But if you're doing your own thing out of competition, because VADA doesn't post your personal ish, VADA doesn't post it like that, right? They post it. People, you the promoter, you post that. VADA don't need to post your results. If you go to VADA, voter digits is the post. But if you're doing voluntarily out of competition, 24/7, 365, if you have a positive result, where is that result going to go to? What? It's going to go to who? Is it going to go to the promoter? No, he's his own boss. DHP is his own boss. Where is it going to go? Is it going to go to you? You, me? Is it going to go to who? I think, in my opinion, everything is a hustle in boxing. Everything is a hustle in boxing. So if Victor Conte is out there, okay, I'm going to invest. I'm a sponsor Devin. I'm a sponsor Andre. I'm a sponsor Nonito. I'm going to sponsor Andre War. And hopefully while I'm sponsoring them, that eventually the other fighters will enroll into VADA, but they will pay out of pocket. But not if you're getting sponsored, you're not paying out of pocket, because Victor Conte has said it numerous times publicly that he sponsors the fighter. He pays them out of pocket. So even with Devin Haney saying out of pocket, but we all know that Victor Conte says that he sponsored Devin. So if Devin Haney is paying out of pocket and Victor Conte says that he sponsors Devin Haney or all these fighters, where the money is going and where's all this testing? Because testing does cost a lot of money. Thus is the reason why, of course, everybody's just not going to get tested. It costs a lot of money to be tested, to hire somebody to fly these person out to collect your testing while you're on vacation. What do you think was paying for all of that? He said, let them all take it. There didn't work too well. So change the sport by coming to content boxing. I think that always going to damage the credibility of VADA. Always going to damage the credibility of snack fighters, and I don't think it does damage them, because Devin Haney is a prestige champion. Bud Crawford is one of the most respected champions in today's combat world. Nobody outside of the hardcore boxing bubble talks about VADA. The ESPN said anything about Bud Crawford like that. Does Stephen A. Smith or any other analyst and ESPN talks about, Terrence Bud Crawford is linked to Victor Conte or Devin Haney is linked to Victor? Do they talk about that? No, because they really don't care in the sport of boxing. If Victor Conte was linked to LeBron James, trust me, it would be one of the biggest stories, not only in America, worldwide. It will be a worldwide story if Victor Conte was linked to LeBron James. It will be a worldwide story if Tom Brady was linked to Victor Conte. But because it's boxing, nobody cares. Name me any athlete, any prestige athlete in baseball, basketball, football. Man, even if Victor Conte was linked to Tiger Woods in golf, it'll be a major story worldwide. So I just think, even in the sport of boxing, a lot of people don't care. You know what I'm saying? People don't care to fact check anything anyway. In boxing, you don't get the 100% answer. It's almost like, how many pay-per-view buys this match did. They'll say estimation 360,000 pay-per-view buys. No, what's the actual number? How many tickets they sold? 17,000. What's the actual number? How much this fighter made? How much did Errol Spence and Bud Crawford really made? How much did Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney really made? How much money is Turkey Al-Sheikh really giving out? Let me tell you like this, folks. I've spoken to fighters behind the scenes, and the numbers that be out there, it's never the same. Let me tell you like this, folks. Numbers in boxing, 95% is never the accurate number. Numbers in boxing is never accurate. In pay-per-view buys, ticket sales, there's nothing facts in the sport of boxing. So if you're going, there's not even a way to fact check somebody in the sport of boxing. You gotta have a real relations with got to be best friends, family member, people in the sport of boxing to even get to know exact numbers. Do I think that the WBC pays for 15 ranked fighters in every division? Do you think they pay for all these testings? No, they're not. Out of pocket? No, they. Or the guys that have been saying out of pocket been sponsored. You telling me that a Devin Haney or any other person will pay thousands of dollars, plus they take 3% of the sanctioning fees, plus taxes. Ain't no boxer's gonna want to come out of pocket and pay all that money like that. You ain't Canelo Alvarez. Not even think Canelo Alvarez does that. Not even Canelo Alvarez does that. Hey, put it this way, Floyd Mayweather. Look at Floyd Mayweather right now. I bet he wish he don't pay out of pocket. Now, I know he wish they reported that he's losing money. I know he wish now that he never paid out of pocket. Tell me all the fighters that's enrolled into the 24/7 365 that's paying, they're really paying out of pocket. Tell them to put other receipts out of how much they pay. Any fighter that says they pay out of pocket 24/7 365, put the receipt out. I paid this much this year. They just tested me right now. I pay this much. You know that we barely now hear about 24/7 365. Victor Conte ain't around like that. Who is paying out of competition? If it's not everybody, or at least 80% of the boxers doing it, why would one boxer do it? What do you? It's not gonna work. See, that's all marketing right there. That's all advertising. I am going to enroll, and I'm letting the whole world know that I am the only clean boxer out there. No, nobody want to pay for that. Hey, yo, the price to paying that, you know what I'm saying? Fighters get paid less than the enrollment out of pocket cost. That's all marketing, in my opinion. All this clean boxing WBC program, all marketing. Out of pocket, all marketing. We're the one that's gonna change something. We're the one that's trying to move. We got the movement here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the clean boxing program pays for the. So put it this way. Let's pretend like we know the math, right? But okay. So Devin Haney pays out of pocket. Devin Haney is about to fight, so he has to pay the 3% if he's a WBC, pay the sanctioning fees. Those sanctioning fees, part of the sanctioning fees, goes to the same program that he pays out of pocket for, right? But Victor Conte is sponsoring Devin Haney. All right, so you paying out of pocket, but Victor Conte is sponsoring you. But the 3% sanctioning fees go into the clean boxing program. So tell me, you think people just throwing money like that away? Yeah, right. Not in boxing, folks. Not in boxing. Not in boxing. No. Somebody is scamming somebody. And it's not Devin Haney. If Devin Haney saying he's coming out of pocket, but he's already paying his 3% that was the WBC said it goes into paying for these clean programs. So also, let's not forget also that these guys are also getting tested by the commission as well. It's the reason why when Ryan Garcia, the situation with Ryan Garcia is that VADA tested and the New York State Athletic Commission tested. So you're getting tested by the New York, so by the commission, by VADA. You're paying for it. The clean boxing program is paying for it because you're paying for sanctioning fees and belt fees. You're also paying for it as a come on now. I think they take advantage of the fighters. You know what I'm saying? I think the Devin Haney, his mind is in the right, his heart is in the right place, but is the system is in the right place? Is the system heart is in the right place? No. How much money does it cost? Let's see. How much money does it cost? How much money does it cost for VADA? Hold on. Give me a second. How much money? How much it cost for VADA testing? Testing. All right. It says a full voluntary anti-doping association testing program for boxers typically costs between $20,000 to $30,000 per fight. However, prices vary depending on the testing scope and frequency, ranging from about $600 to $1,200 for a single sample, or roughly $15,000 per fighter for a full 24-hour, 24/7, 365 testing pool. Here's a breakdown. Single sample collection ranges between $600 to $1,200. Camp fight night testing, an average of 3 random tests twice in camp, once in a fight, for 2 boxers costs around $15,000, roughly $7,500 per fighter. Year-round 24/7, 365 pool enrollment can cost an athlete or a promoter $15,000 per year to cover about 6 random tests annually. That's what Victor Conte stated. Extensive testing program demanded by major promoters like Matchroom Boxing costs up to $30,000 per fighter over the course of training camp. Let's see what Victor Conte says right here. Anti-doping and boxing desperately needs leadership. There should be 24/7, 365 testing for at least the top 10 boxers in each division. I'm calling for all promoters to be transparent about the drug testing. Blah, blah, blah. 2 boxers can be randomly tested an average of 3 times for $15,775 per fighter. They can be tested twice randomly during camp and on fight night for $7,500 per fighter. Simply being, damn, just to get tested that night, $7,500 just for that night. A more effective option is for boxers to enroll and pay $15,000 per year and be randomly tested an average of 6 times. There are lots of elite boxers that can afford to be the stringent 24/7, 365 testing program. Boxing needs anti-doping leaders. Right? Please step up and provide leadership. Real desperately needed for clean boxing. CTE is real. So, what boxers? There's a lot of even ranked fighters that doesn't even get $10,000 paid. What boxer is gonna voluntarily just pay for that? If they're not sponsored. The only fighters that have paid, that have enrolled into 24/7, 365 is fighters who are sponsored. Meaning a fighter is not going to come out of pocket. Trust me, a fighter is not going to call for $15,000 to $30,000. They're not going to do it, folks. They're not going to do it. Can you imagine a fighter? Because think about it randomly. That means out of competition. Can you imagine a fighter getting tested and then their fight doesn't fall through, gets postponed, plus the camp fee? You got to pay the camp fee, in which Victor Conte also provided the camp fee. That's the way that he sponsors his fighters. You don't got to pay for your camp fee. I handle that. So I just think that this I think Devin Haney is exposing the WBC. Maybe it could be exposing the whole situation, could be exposing himself. I don't know. But I really think that the WBC has been the one that's been getting exposed left and right. People want to know where the money really goes to. A lot of fighters now are speaking out. And I think maybe now that Sufa's around and Turkey Al Sheikh now fighters have power and to talk about something, and they're going to be taken care of. See, these fighters kept their mouth shut because they needed these sanctioning bodies. They are the power to getting these guys fights, upgrade their pay because of them being champions. But when you got a Turkey Al Sheikh that could tell you, man, F them, I got you with a good payday. then it gives you you won't be vulnerable to speak out. But anyway, let me know what y'all think, folks. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. End of the day, you haven't subscribed and be a member to the channel. Be a member to the channel. You already know, man. This Punch Run Boxing. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm gonna cut this one short. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you feel better tomorrow. Let me know what y'all feel. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the next.